Hello and welcome to Card Knock Life Plays. I have been seeing this Esper Scarab God deck online for some time now. I'll actually show you the deck list here. Looks like this. What I did was I went to MTG Top 8 and I typed in Modern and I searched for all Modern decks that contain the Scarab God and I found one result on there right now, though I know that quite a few more have been popping up lately. Maybe just not recently enough to show up in the results. And so I've been wanting to give this a shot, though the 4 Lilianas in the main deck and Scarab God itself now is like 20 tickets, have kind of prevented me from being able to afford that myself. I didn't want to buy the deck myself if I didn't know it was a great deck. So what I did now, I have Mana Traders, so I've gone into Mana Traders, I've assembled the deck, basically the pieces that I didn't have in my Moto collection, and I've saved this as Esper Scarab God Missing, so that I can always come back and piece this together again in just one click of the button to rent again, because on Mana Traders you accumulate mana hours when you're checking out cards. So I don't want to keep them in my collection at all times, but I do want to have access to this deck when I'm ready to play it. So Mana Traders allowed me to rent these cards on Moto based on my account that I've subscribed to, and then I click rent, and they showed up in the bots. I've picked up all the cards I needed, and I've assembled the deck in my collection. So here is Esper Scarab God. Looks similar to like the blue-white control deck with some kind of Jundi like attrition elements to it, and like the Lilianas and the discard spells and things like that. But we do run the land destruction package in 4 Tectonic Edges, which this is really the only thing I'm questioning in the deck is maybe I want some Ghost Quarters, because Ghost Quarter has the ability to hit Tron when it just has 3 lands in play, whereas Tectonic Edge requires 4 lands in play. But perhaps the fact that I don't run Path to Exile in this deck means that Tectonic Edge is better. I don't know. Path to Exile also sort of powers up the opposing decks to get the 4 lands for the Tectonic Edge target. I don't know if I said that right, but you know what I'm trying to say. So we've put this together. Scarab God obviously benefits from a lot of creatures being in the graveyards, and so we're going to run a lot of removal. We've got 4 Fatal Pushes and 4 Damnations in the deck. Obviously, those are going to be super dead against opposing, like, probably control decks for the most part, though we can hit, like, Celestial Colonnades and things like that. But right now, if you look at the top few decks in the meta, we're looking at, like, Affinity, and we're looking at Death Shadow, and they all seem pretty live against those decks. Also, Shadow of Doubt appears in this one, which I'm pretty excited about. That seems like a card that can just steal games from your opponent with little drawback, because if you're running a spell that just cycles itself, there's not a lot of reason not to run it in a lot of matchups unless you've got something better to put in, when just about every opposing deck has fetch lands. So you can Shadow of Doubt their fetch lands, or, you know, stop their tutor for Collected Company, or excuse me, Court of Calling. And so there's our main deck. Our sideboard consists of some, let's see, let's play this differently. Sideboard consists of some of the typical players in the blue-white sideboards, but it's also got some kind of interesting inclusions here. Disdainful Stroke seems interesting for like opposing walkers and just big threats in general. Flaying Tendrils will take down all the little guys and exile them, so I like this against Dredge. We've got another Collective Brutality because the card is just bonkers. Surgical Extraction, obvious player in black sideboards all around. And then we've got 2 Planeswalkers here. Ashiok is really cool. This is one of those cards that seems to go unnoticed for a long time, and once it's ticked up to major loyalty, it can ultimate really fast, because it doesn't do a lot when it's just exiling cards from the top of their library. And so you're like, oh, that's little impact on me now. But once they've exiled some creatures that they're going to put into play via Ashiok's ability, then it's like, oh, now it's time to deal with that thing, and it's got 7 loyalty on it. That or exile all cards from opponent's hands and graveyards is pretty brutal as well. Crucible pairs well with our Tectonic Edges, obviously, and our fetch lands, and give us some major ramp and advantage as far as the mana goes when we're stripping away their lands. And then Grafdigger's Cage is something you just need right now due to all of the Collected Company and Coco decks that are out there. Alright, so we're going to give this a shot. Before I do, if you're interested in trying Mana Traders, I will put the promo code on the screen, because we do have a promo code to offer via our podcast, and that is Card Knock Life, all one word. Yeah, we'll make that flash a little bit. That's cool. If you go to manatraders.com and you subscribe to an account, Card Knock Life will get you 7% off your first 5 months, which is pretty significant if you're going all the way up to that premium plan that allows you to play Vintage and Legacy. For me, Modern, I can rent the 35 ticket a month plan, or $35 plan for approximately 300 tickets a month, and that's plenty for what I need to do, especially when you have a collection already and you just kind of want to piece together the rest of the deck. So definitely a really cool thing. It's allowed me to play test a lot of decks, and I think you're going to see a lot more Card Knock Live plays as a result of it, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So here we go. We're going to do some games with this deck. Let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching.